Dummy Switch Pod. The boys are back.
Yes,
How are you,
sir.
Chris?
Yes, sir. Kudos. Oh, geez, I feel like I'm back from the dead, you know? How's it going, bro?
Yeah, the nerves are gone. But you said 2 weeks ago that
Yeah.
there were gonna be tears. Then we were lucky it wasn't our tears. Then this week again, we're lucky it's not our tears.
Yeah, we were lucky. But the tissues were close by, Kleenex was there, man. It was about to land a big sponsorship deal with South Africa, but look, we survived. I'm just glad that the guys pulled it through. Even though at one moment I couldn't see them coming back from the dead, and they did. So like we said, so they win that we want, and we'll take it. 1 point, however it comes, we'll take it. Take
Yeah,
it.
we'll take it. We'll take it. The Dan Carters of podcasting back
Mm-hmm.
for another week. We saw Dan Carter bring out the trophy in the opening game. Some people said it should have been a South African. Some people say it should have been Beast, but we'll see him again.
No, he's coming to give it back. He's got to give it back to the rightful owners this weekend. So it's okay. We'll see him there. We'll see him on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see him. Just church announcements. We're on Spotify. You can catch us there. We're on Apple Podcasts. You can catch us there as well. And yeah, it's been a week. It's really been a week. There's been allegations leveled against Bongi Mbonambi. They're saying that he said some things. They're saying he said some things. Other people are saying it was lost in translation.
Yeah.
We don't know. Hopefully, come Saturday 9 o'clock, he's there.
Yeah. Look, he's got to be there, and I think that's what it is right now. It's allegations. So we can't really say much about things we don't know. But the only thing I'll say is, if he did say that, what did Kari say to him? Or what did he do to him? Because no one is just going to randomly just come to you and say something like that. Hey, that's personal, man. Like, you must have touched somebody on his studio for that sort of, that for that sort of reaction. But look, let's leave that with old rugby for them to deal with that, the drama, the allegation.
He said, she said, he said, Tom said, who said.
But now it's just Tom said, because there's been no real response from, I don't know. Look, they were just focusing on the rugby, deal with these things after the weekend.
Even us, we must focus on the rugby. We're not a refereeing podcast. We're not a tribunal. We're not an investigating party. Yeah, we must just get to the rugby. And this game, it's all about the rugby, and that's the thing. I don't know what it's like to be an English fan supporting. I don't know what it's like to be from another country and supporting, but it seems like this thing, the Springboks, when they play, it always seems like it's one of those things where it's bigger than the team.
Yeah, it's bigger than the team. It's bigger than rugby. It's about the nation, I mean, a friend had a friend of mine, Caesar Mahlangu, calling me, for the weekend. He was nervous as well. Everybody was just so invested in this thing, trying to, hoping for the result because of what it means to
my uncle doesn't even know. He doesn't even like rugby. He's not even invested in rugby. He's calling me and he's asking me about rules, what's going on here. It's that type of thing. We've seen all the reaction videos of when Pollard kicked over the kick. We've seen people in the streets. We've seen all these kinds of reactions.
Yeah.
And you saw Bongi say to Pollard, when was it, last week? He's like, this one is for South Africa. Like, this kick, this one it's for South Africa.
Yeah. And it was, and again, they did it again this weekend for South Africa, by hook or by crook, in true South African fashion there on Winnie Mandela Drive. If you're not watching yourself, there'll be a smash and grab there quickly if you leave that purse on the seat, so every South African knows. And the fact of the matter is, England left the purse on the seat. They did. They left the purse on the seat, and they got that experience. It's unfortunate for them because, look, credit to them. They got to the semi-final. We like we said in the last episode that we give them that respect because just like us, they got to the semi. And they would want to, give the best account of themselves, and they're going to come at us. And they did. They came at the Boks. They came at the Boks with a Bok-like strategy,
Yep.
So, but at the end of the day, they couldn't capitalize when they should have. So,
yeah.
If
we look at this game, it came the backdrop of unchanged Bok team, which is surprising. We're normally horses for courses. You had Rassi predicting their lineup. And it was surprising. Yeah, that guy. He must stay off Twitter also. He's another one that must stay off Twitter. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, he must.
Please.
Yeah, this week we've already had enough drama with Mbonambi, but it was an unchanged team. Surprising. I will say, though, in terms of England's lineup, Freddie Air Stewart was selected. That air for his aerial prowess, the way that he can, catch the high balls and that. And it was an inspired selection because I thought Marcus Smith was going to play. He was beaten and battered by Fiji. I thought we were going to be able, he likes to run it from the back. I thought, maybe we can exploit him a bit, but it seems like they changed tactics a bit, went with Freddie Stewart, and they were playing like the Boks of the old World Cup.
No, that boring kicking game that allegedly was boring to watch and is bad for rugby and what. But it seems like, when any other team plays that way, it's very good tactical what. It just shows the power of the Boks, where, we've got everybody talking about them. And this is just what, it's what Rassi said when he came in. He wanted there was just negativity around the Boks. Now there's a lot of talk, supporters. I can guarantee there's new supporters of the Boks. There's kids out there that can see themselves, especially, players of color, black players that can see that, okay, they can do it at this level because this, and that's what makes it the Springbok team even more special, is how they have an issue that no other country's got when it comes to that, is that balancing act. And it's not spoken about, which is okay. We don't need to really speak about it, but it's that elephant that's in the room. And for them to balance that out and able to get results, it just shows from where this team was to where they are, on the cusp of where they are. Quarters, we started this journey 2018 England first test, Ellis Park.
Yeah.
Were there. You remember the murmurings in the stadium, about Sia, and even just in general, and now, is everybody's favorite player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just shows how far they've come and what they've been able to do just for this country, and it's not about 80 minutes of unity. This is a thing about, this is where we can go as a Springbok team, as a federation, in terms of where we are in the world, and it should filter down back now to, the franchises, the club system, where, we can get that, we've got a chance now to build that dynasty that I've been wanting. I've been wanting that Bok dynasty, and this
two in a row is a Bok dynasty. I think it's maybe we don't have that winning record in between, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a Bok dynasty. And the thing is, it comes, for me, the way you can see it the most is the collective buy-in from the players.
Yes.
My man Manny Libbok, he got hooked, but at the same time, he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be crying about it, because we know it's everyone's bought into this thing. Oxenchair came off the bench, had this great game. I don't think anyone's gonna say Kitsov should be dropped. It's just we all play we have a part to play. We play it, and that's the system. That's what we do.
No, these are soldiers. These are soldiers. They're compliant with what is required for the team because they can see the bigger goal. And that's the beauty of it. I think it's and we, again, it must be a hell of a tough job. I think it speaks to the character of the players, the people that are there. Nobody ever likes to be second fiddle, but sometimes you have to be. Sometimes that's life. And these guys are showing us, some sort of life lessons, life things, just in terms of the way that the team is, how they play, and how they never say die, where it looks all lost and gone, but then they find a way. You know, how many times have we seen an All Black team come back from the dead like that in a game and win a game and burgle a game? So as much as we were lucky, but look, the fact that
that championship
team,
pedigree.
Yeah, the fact that they can do that, you know, look, guys, you know, you have to take your hat off to these guys, man. You really do. You really
but
do.
let's dig deeper into the game. From the beginning, the kicking game from England, the box kicks from the scrum off, competing in the air, the back three. I think the back three, the wingers, they were even told, guys, it's not even about making meters, it's just about tapping that ball back from the kicks.
Yeah. I think so. And I think, look, respect to them, because they identified what they needed to do, or the blueprint, you know, that gets you to in a position to potentially win a game, which is, you know, that same 2019 blueprint, you know, is the fact that they were there, you know, and we needed to give them that respect, you know, for getting there and for taking us there, you know, and yeah, look, you give credit to them, but at the same time, close but no cigar, you know, because they themselves, it's not like they didn't have opportunities to, you know, drive the screw home and really take that game away. There were those chances, but the survival mode of the Boks, that's what they kept them. That's what kept them in this game, you know. That's really what it came down to.
More time than not, when they did have the chance for that killer blow, it was the scrums that bailed us out. And I'm talking around past the 50th minute mark. Once we had made changes, we brought Ox on, we brought Koch on. But I think more importantly, they brought on Kyle Sinclair, and he was just getting eaten up. I think that's, in terms of the players, that was the biggest mismatch on the day. Guys were sort of matching each other until it came to the sub front row. They were no match for each other.
Yeah. No match for the bench, for the Springbok bench, especially at Lucid, tight head for them, but Lucid for us, you know. But also, you know, with the changes that came on, you know, RG, Sneeman, guys just came in and they stepped up. They did what they had to do.
RG was the only guy making meters. If we look, Dialendi couldn't make meters.
Yeah.
He's our normal off the line out. We go Dialendi, front up, play from there. Dialendi couldn't make meters. Maul couldn't make meters.
Yeah.
Jesse Creel, I don't think he saw ball in hand ever. There were no players making meters. It was just once RG came on.
Yeah, that's when things started to open up a bit for us, you know, because we're able to get in behind them, get over that advantage line, that physicality. England brought it, and we knew that they were going to come for the Boks, because, like we said, any team that wants to win this thing, you have to take it from the champions, you know. That's the thing. Like we said, you know, they contenders until you're not, you know. And for a moment there were strong contenders, and then you know, things just didn't go their way, you know. So I can't fault that, you know. You can't cry over the substitutions that were made. It was dire. It was dire.
But let's talk about the main substitution. Let's talk about the main substitution.
Yeah,
I will say, Lebok, it feels a bit like he got thrown under the bus. For me, I will say it's a bit of a tough break in the fact that they did have another kick. He kicked one penalty. They did have another kickable penalty, but they decided to go for line. So at that point, you're sort of saying like, well, if we're deciding we're gonna go for this game by kicks, surely you should have also let him kick. I mean, the one that he did have, he got over.
He got over.
But I will say, in terms of the other kicks, kicking out of hand, he did have 2 touch finders that were very average. And then he did have one up and under that was basically on the game line. It was flat.
Yeah, then off the left boot, I think, you know, because of the pressure that England were coming through. I think that's the one maybe that you're talking about. And yeah, rightly so, you know, because we weren't able to get that parity in terms of territory with the long kicks, exit kicks, you know, and the accuracy of those kicks. And look, Pollard came in, you know, and he did what was required of him as well.
He didn't do what was required. That guy had, on second watch, that guy had an excellent game. He had an excellent game. I'm not the biggest Pollard fan, but I will say he had an excellent game. When he came on, obviously at that point, we're not really going to run the ball. His touch finders were good. His penalties were good. I think he had a good game too. Even to the point where next week I won't be upset. I won't be upset with Pollard taking over. I still, if it was me, I'd back Mani, do the exact same thing that we did this week.
Yeah.
Try and have a go. If that doesn't work, this is our contingency plan. And I feel it's a great contingency plan.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because we know we all know what he can do. You know, he's done it, he's shown it. You know, we're questioning in terms of not even before the tournament, you know, about, okay, you know, his form and whatnot. But, you know, ever since he slotted back in, which was, again, a justifiable decision to bring him back in after Marks was out, you know, he's come in and he's just done what he's always done for the Boks, you know, got on those kicks, you know. He's that guy. Let's be honest, because, I mean, this guy was winning under 20 championships in Matric, you know. So, you know, it's sort of, you'll be angry if he doesn't get those kicks, if he doesn't, you know, there we justify it because it's so many.
And to that point,
caps.
it looks like Pollard on the halfway, you're like, he should get it.
Yeah.
That's not an easy kick, but we treat it like it's an easy kick because of the player. That's when I also have to sit down and say, you know what, it was an excellent game that he had. I can't. I have to sit here and he's got it. And I even have to say, next week if he starts, I'm not going to be upset at that. Although I would like us to start having a go, and then after that maybe we think other changes for next week. Before we go back to this game, I won't be upset with Moody coming in for Arnser, because that high ball, you know, getting a player with some height, that high ball we did.
You see what I was talking about with that, because it's good players, yes, but you can see it's just that little bit of extra advantage, you know, and then Moody, he can bring it.
And he cut up New Zealand last time. The other change that we definitely have to see is Reinach. We have to see Reinach. I think he can even fall out of the match day squad.
Like, I'm okay with that. He's done his job. He's done his job.
Yeah, he's done his job, but there was just no spark in this game. His kicking was decent, but when Faf came on, you saw, you know, he's just harassing the guys. He's like that, you know, those cheeky little dogs, those ones that they're always at you. That's and that it was part of what brought us back into the game. So he has to start for me.
Yeah, look, he does. You know, he does. But then now, if Reinach goes out, is a boy Grant coming in the 23. Yeah,
you need big moments. He's a big moment player. So I mean, I won't be opposed to it. I won't, even if Reinach is on the bench. Okay, I accept it. Maybe he'll bring the spark off the bench.
Yeah, look, because either way, you know, we back the guys regardless of who they pick. For me, it's just, you got to pick a squad that's going to be fresh enough, you know, to just one more. You know, because it was a concern of mine last week. I was hoping to see, you know, a few changes here and there to refresh the squad, you know, but that didn't happen. And of course, the weather did play a part, I think, as well, in terms of how the game panned out for us. So there's a lot of things that the Boks definitely can and will improve on, I believe, you know, coming this weekend. You know, as much as, you know, we're the world champions, this is New Zealand, so automatically we are the underdogs. So, you know, but I'm not scared of New Zealand, as much as we respect them. But I think the Boks, the muscle memory, they know how to beat these guys. It's what I've been saying. I've been quoting for this, that we know how to beat these guys. You know, they've got that, they've banked that memory there, the muscle memory, you know, so I think they can do it again. I believe that they can. You know, it'll be a different type of game this time around because New Zealand are a different team now.
Yeah.
But if, you know, the correct selections, you know, the right start, it's there for us, you know, to defend. Yeah,
concerning areas for me was, all in the lineouts, I think there were about 5 that were either skew throws, disrupted, or just not clean. That's 5 throws. That's 5 chances at possession. You can't I know we're asking a lot from Bongi, but you can't be missing 5 lineouts.
Yeah.
That's literally five chances in the game, 5 turnovers, possession. That's sometimes it's in your half, sometimes it's in their half when you're trying to get back in the game.
Now, you can't afford that. And I mean, like in a final, those 5 lineouts, Swiss lineouts will cost you dearly. We're just fortunate that England are not from their sort of attack, I guess.
Yeah, and they had their own lineout problems.
They have their own, they have their own issues there, But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's always a good thing to come out of a game to say, okay, right, there's so much to work on, because now, guys, there's no resting on laurels, I think, it's one more, it's just one more game.
Yeah.
One more game, and it's a chance for that Boks dynasty that I've been calling for, that Boks dynasty. Maybe we're going to see my wishes fulfilled this weekend. With Boks going to back, and it changes the whole picture for these players, but also for the country and up and coming aspiring players. Because there's something that they can tangible and see and work towards to want to be at that level and even better. So yeah, man, we don't appreciate the stress. We don't. I'm not gonna lie, we don't appreciate the stress.
What's stressing me out right now is when we didn't, for example, in this game, first half, we didn't get scrum dominance. You weren't getting meters going forward. You weren't winning that aerial ball. That's when it starts to come in, that thing of you need someone at that X factor. Normally it's Colby that can give it to us. Normally it's Aaron, so they kept them out of the game. There was just like maybe 1/2 chance with Vili there where it went over the dead ball line. But if we can't get going in the area of the scrum, if we can't get going, lineouts we're stuttering. If we can't get going, go forward ball, like that's my biggest issue of concern. Although I will say, it's not the same prospect. New Zealand is not the same prospect. I think it'll be more open. I think we'll be able to go forward. I think it's just going to be a thing of who can take their chances.
Yeah, and we must and who can deal with Frizzell, because the games
he dealt with us
in recent times that we've lost. I still won't forget one of your tweets. Where Frizzell was beating the Boks like he was beating women in Mount Smart. That game. Don't forget that. And even Ellis Park last year as well. It's one of those games where Frizzell was playing. And so far, whenever he's played, we haven't been able to deal with him. But I think third time lucky this time around. I think there'll be proper plans in place to deal with whatever the All Blacks are going to throw at them. And, we know from the talk of the All Blacks in recent, especially their coaches, bowling play time and whatnot. So I think obviously they're going to want to probably move the Boks pack around. They'll probably want to take advantage of the fact that, it's been 2 big emotional weekends, roller coasters for the Springboks, and physically
and
demanding.
They've had a bit of a stroll to the final.
Yes, you see. So I think they that's why I say they're the favorites, for this one. But look, everything that's going on, the drama, the allegations, all of this, I think it's just this has to surely galvanize the Boks to say, okay, right, one more, let's just set this record straight, and that's what they need to do. Whoever plays, we back them. All we want is a win, because when it's all said and done, that's what we will remember, is who's the champion. They can cry as much as they want, but at the end of the day, once the whistle's gone, the whistle's gone. If you didn't get the points that you wanted to get, we can point at the referee and say this and that and the other, but you can find mistakes. If you're looking for them, you'll find them, everywhere. So we just back the boys and keep on believing. But like I say, we don't appreciate the stress.
Yeah, we don't.
I know we're gonna get high blood at a young age. Some of us here now.
Another concern, just that kicking game as well. They picked us apart. We managed to deal with it a bit better when you did play them in the previous game. So I'm just hoping those kicks go a bit too far. Willemse is able to gather under less pressure. Will Jordan also, we need to find some
We need to
way
deal
to
with
stop
him.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Need to deal with him, and I think just making sure, killing their options, not allowing them to play their game, and if they want to play their game, they have to play it from their own half, their own 22. You can't allow them to, to have a field day. But just like this game, you're only as good as how your opposition allows you to play. If they front up and they match you, what else do you got? We were fortunate that we had that bench. We had the pedigreed number 10 to come on and, sort of bring some calmness to the ship and navigate things around, get us to where we needed to be, which eventually it worked out. But yeah, this one, like you say, it's a different game. It's a different game. It's a new week, new game. Yeah, they just have to deliver, I don't even want to pick out players, say this guy didn't do this. No, I'm not there this week. I'm not there because the semi-final is said and done. Now I'm in the final. And with that, my question is, does a guy like Lukhanyo play? I like
no. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play. I just think the surprise selection this week, I think Pollard is gonna start. That's the only thing. I think we're gonna go back to Faf. Maybe Visa on the bench. Maybe we go 6-2. The key decision making that I've seen is that they're not scared to pull guys at 30 minutes. They're not pulled.
Yeah.
They're pulling the captain at 50 minutes. They're not scared to do that. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a very reactionary game that goes on where they will make changes before we fall far behind, if that's going to happen. If you know what I mean, like they're not going to let it get to that point where previously they've maybe waited for halftime or whatever. They're not going to let it get to that point. Yeah. And I think that could be pivotal. We saw that's what won us the game this week. So if the changes have to be made, it'll win us the game this coming week as well.
Yeah, but that's what we need, right? It's that ruthlessness, is that, and even from within, to say, no, look, you're not delivering. Come on,
guys must even start subbing themselves. They must even start subbing themselves if they're not. They're like,
put their hand up and say, no, look, I'm not delivering today.
Yeah.
No, but it's needed because that's cutthroat decisions like that. They may hurt, some of us as fans, and we don't like it, and we just. But at the end of the day, these guys are in the business of winning for us, even for themselves, yes, but and for the team and whatnot. But for us as the fans, so we need to be with it and just back them all the way. We can question things afterwards, depending on however the result goes. At the end of the day, like I say. We win, we're not even going to care. We're just going to be saying, yay. You know what I mean? We're just going to be saying, nobody's going to say, oh, no, but why did that? No. So there's not much else to say, but, you're there now. You're there now. So you might as well just finish the job. Because they did say, right? Here's what I'm saying. They did say the plan was always 2023 and so on and so forth, right? So now they are there. So their plan so far is falling into place.
They're on time. They're on time right now.
So they just got to complete the mission. They've been through 2 tough games, and just one more.
Any closing remarks, Chris?
One more.
Yeah, and that's it from us. That's it from me. Pay me and Willems. Eben Betzebev, put that big money stakes. Put those big money stakes. I'm joking. Don't follow any betting advice I give you this week. Not this week. On other weeks, yes, but this week, no. No, this one is too emotion fueled. But that's it from us, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We out.